I'm ready for the parent tip.
Okay.
Because we've talked about the museum enough. We're going to take a break from that for a minute. Because it is, there's some recent research out that I wanted to share with parents of young children about preschool. Now, you know, that's always a big decision in a household. Preschool, not preschool, if families are able to have children at home. But I want to share that there are several recent studies that are actually consistently pointing to profound long-term benefits for children who attend high-quality daycare, childcare, or early childhood programs. So they're critical for the immediate skill building, but apparently, as we've done some longitudinal studies, so looking at children long term, actually kids who have been in good programs are seeing higher graduation rates, increased college enrollment, and lower rates of juvenile incarceration. So there seems to be a real correlation. You know, it's hard to determine causation, but there is a big correlation between quality preschool experience for children and stronger educational outcomes down the road. So I just wanted to make people aware of that. Now it's obviously situational. But it's really important because what we're hearing and we're seeing nationally, not just here in Low Country, preschool and elementary teachers are reporting that young children are increasingly struggling with basic skills, such as listening, sharing, and the one that you and I struggle with, using scissors.
True. Not good at cutting paper.
That is a thing. I had to suffer it opening the new Live 5 News exhibit. We were trying to cut ribbons. It's a mess.
It's really hard.
Really get that skill down. And so work with children. So the regression, now my own personal theory is it has something to do with COVID and the lockdown. I think it probably does. But it may be even, you know, larger factors than that at play. So fundamental skills have been more observed over the past 5 years, indicating a potential gap in early childhood development that we do need to address. We need kids ready for kindergarten. That once they get there, and that's what preschool is all about, getting them ready for that kindergarten experience, starting school, first grade, because if they're behind there, all the research shows they struggle catching up. So we want them ready then. And that doesn't mean sitting them down and putting them at little desks. They learn through play, they learn through experience. So it's the fun stuff of being a parent and getting them out and showing them the world. But quality preschool, good component in there. So there's lots of ways to identify a quality program.
That's what I was gonna ask,
and that's what I'm going to talk about next week.
Okay, cool. So you're going to give us those tips next week.
I've got the resources. We're researching specifically in South Carolina what parents can do, websites, that kind of thing we'll get for you.
And you know, I'm sure we're gonna be talking about this a lot over the next few weeks, but back to school season is upon us. Any tips right now as we end July, we go into early August, any tips for parents right now on how to prepare your kids?
It is probably time to start watching the bedtimes, putting a little structure back in. We want summer to be fun. It needs to be. That free time, that's critically important. But right about now, early August is time to start to layer in a few of those, you know, let's not stay up maybe till 9 or 10. Let's get it back to whatever bedtime is during the week. Let's try to get the meals a little more regular. Let's, you know, just start to build that back in so there's not a shock come school morning.